Hey guys, my name is Kern and welcome back to Octane Streets, the road here on YouTube that never ends. And today I have some bad news. I have my car's very first engine light. And now for those of you that are regular drivers, kind of like myself, if I had seen this light come on maybe like 6 months ago before I started my journey as an apprentice mechanic, I would have been terrified and I would have wanted to take my car to the shop right away, because when I see an engine light, I get scared. However, being an apprentice mechanic for the past 6 months, I've learned that a lot of the times engine lights could come on due to very minor things. And as part of my job currently, what I have to do for a large part of it is actually diagnose various lights like ABS lights, traction lights, engine lights. So having the experience that I do, I no longer feel so afraid of these lights. And of course it's never really a good sign when your car gets any of these lights, but at least I know now to not just panic. Now it might be a case for panic, however my engine light is yellow on my car. I'll go ahead and try to show you guys that right now. So hopefully you guys can see that there. So I have a yellow engine light, which usually is just a warning. If it was red, then it might be a critical engine light. So usually my car only has 66K, as you guys can see. Now usually an engine light might come on due to, you know, not having oil in your car's motor, because then it can't really run properly. That's pretty bad. You always want to make sure you have enough oil in your vehicle. So make sure that never happens to you guys. Get your oil changes on time. It's really, really important. But also a lot of times it can be an EVAP code. Now for those of you who know a little bit about engine codes and codes in general, an EVAP code is one that is much less severe, but can still be, sorry about that, but can still be a little bit annoying to deal with. So it can be due to various things. Now, how, according to my knowledge, I haven't consulted anyone, but I listen while I'm in the shop and while I'm learning. The proper way to diagnose an EVAP code would be to conduct a smoke test. Now to do a smoke test, you can't really do it on your own unless you have a smoke machine, which costs thousands of dollars. So I highly doubt anyone that's not doing this for a living has one of those. So you would have to go to a mechanic shop and get it checked out. So yeah, the proper way would be to use a smoke machine and hook it up to the front end of the car. I think maybe to the intake manifold, or hook it up to where, or plug it in to where the spark plugs go, or the coils. I'm not too sure. I've never seen it be done. I've only heard something. So yeah, you'd hook it up to there, pump some smoke through the vehicle and see where there is smoke leaking from. And wherever it's leaking from, that means that's where your emissions are leaking from, and that's what will throw that EVAP engine light code. So I'm talking way ahead of my time. It might be something serious, and I'm really hoping it's not, because yeah, it still is a little bit nervous when you get any kind of light. So luckily I'm at a shop where we have tons of expensive machines, all by Snap-on, not a sponsor of course, but let's go ahead and grab one of those machines real quick and yeah, scan it. All right, now I grabbed our most sophisticated Snap-on machine. As you can see, I got it on my steering wheel here. It has a separate adapter that connects directly to your OBD2 port. Now, for those of you guys that don't know anything, your OBD2 port, I can't remember exactly what OBD stands for. I think it's onboard diagnostic. Your OBD2 port is going to be what pretty much any mechanic would hook their scan module up to in your vehicle, and it's usually located somewhere around your driver footwell, right under that steering column. So yeah, I got it all set up now and it should be connected. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me actually switch the view here for you guys, and yeah, so you guys can see kind of what I'm doing, and let's scan this code together. All right, so you guys have a bit of a different angle here. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of zoom you guys out. Yep, that is my vehicle. It has automatic vehicle detection. So we're gonna go ahead and scan. If there's anything important like my VIN right there, I'm gonna go ahead and blur that out. So we can go to code scan, but if we go to code scan, it's gonna scan everything. And I have an engine light, so I'm gonna go ahead and click engine right away and go to codes. And it should tell me, yep, there we go. Beautiful, thank God. So it says evaporative emission system incorrect, purge flow history code. So it is an EVAP code, it's P0441. If you guys have one of those little OBD2 readers that you could buy like fixed, FIXD, it'll kind of just read you the code number here and a super tiny description of it. I highly recommend, if you do have a code, buying one of those things because they're cheap, and then Googling what the code actually is for your vehicle, as you could get a lot of information on the code online. Now, because I'm privileged in the sense where I work at a mechanic shop, I have a lot of these tools at my disposal, so to say, so I can use them. Now, this machine that you're looking at might not seem like much to the average person, but this machine actually costs about $8,000 to $10,000. So that's why it's so quick, it's so efficient, and it could do some really intricate things, things that I can't even fathom right now because of my lack of knowledge in the field. Hopefully I get to learn a lot more, but because it's an EVAP code, we can click fix it and see a little bit more about it. But I'm going to go ahead and just clear this code. Now, clearing it without actually fixing the problem will mean that my car will most likely throw this code again in the future. But at least I know for right now, to have a peace of mind, to know that it's just an EVAP code. It's not affecting the performance or longevity of my engine. It's more so just trying to tell me that my car is leaking in the emissions line, somewhere in the, again, emissions line, like somewhere in the exhaust or somewhere in the intake manifold. Somewhere is leaking carbon, I think, dioxide, or carbon monoxide. I can't remember. I think it's carbon dioxide. I'm not a scientist here, even though that's something everyone should know. But yeah, so it erased the code. Now, in order to erase codes, I have my car in on mode. If I have the engine actually started, it won't be able to erase the code. And so let's go ahead and remove this machine and see if the code is actually gone. So it doesn't show that it's gone there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start my vehicle up, and let's see if the code is actually still there. All right, now as you guys can see, the engine light is gone. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that little no start that just happened there scared the shit out of me. But it turns out my battery was just weak, so that made me really aware of another problem that I might have this winter, which is my battery, which I'm really surprised about because I only had it in accessory mode for maybe like 10 minutes and it already killed the battery. So it's probably on its way out. I'll probably do a voltage test come Monday because I don't have the tools, and the mechanics that do have the tools aren't here. All right guys, so I'm gonna wrap things up here so I could go ahead and put some gas in this baby. And yeah, I'm really glad that I got to, you know, get rid of this check engine light. I'll update you guys maybe in the comment section below of when the engine light actually shows back up, after, you know, how long it takes before it shows back up after clearing it. And yeah, maybe I'll get to do an update video where we actually get a smoke machine in the shop and I could actually use it. Well, not maybe me personally, but maybe with some help I get to use it on my car and actually conduct a test and fix it the proper way. So stay tuned if that's the kind of things that you guys want to see. And as always guys, if you guys want to ride shotgun in the next video, then be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as leave a like, as it, you know, shows me that this is the kind of content you guys want to see. So until the next ride guys,
but that's alright.